Wait. There's a Bionicle Deadpool figure? What? Well, yes and no. There's a knockoff figure that wasn't produced by LEGO. But look, for a bootleg figure, this still holds up. It's got all of the charm of a LEGO Ultra Build set, and making it felt like building a Bionicle set. So in this video, let's take a closer look at the design of this set, we'll check out some of the unique pieces, and we'll see if the plastic quality is actually any good when we compare it to official LEGO parts and pieces. And while we're at it, let's see how we could use the pieces that come in this set to build our own LEGO creations. And we'll also check out a few Deadpool mocks as well. Let's go. I mean, this is basically just a CCBS Ultra Build Deadpool. He comes complete with 2 swords, even has a little blaster that he can pose with, and if you want, you can store it by his side. You'll notice that on his other leg he also has this minifigure spear gun piece that's strapped on. When he holds it, it looks a little small. It doesn't really work with the scale of this design. And storing it on the leg, I don't know, it kind of sticks out a little bit too much and gets in the way. Not a fan of how that looks. Plus it barely sticks into that peg. The plastic quality in this area, not so good. But I can appreciate the fact that we get a few additional accessories. The toy poses in the same ways that you would expect a typical CCBS set to pose. Honestly, I had a lot of fun posing and playing with this guy. And Deadpool's just one of those characters that translates really well into an action figure. Plus, you get your Luke Skywalkers and some of the other Star Wars Ultra Build sets, where those faces just don't look right. It's a little uncanny valley. But I think they translated Deadpool's mask almost perfectly. Okay, I'm sure you're wondering where the heck I got this from, and how you could get one yourself. Well, I got this from the website AliExpress. And the specific store that I bought it from on AliExpress, it doesn't have the most exciting name, unfortunately, but they appear to sell other knockoff toys and buildable block figures. They had Deadpool for sale alongside a few other CCBS-inspired Marvel and DC figures. Don't worry, I bought some of those too, there will be reviews coming soon. Some of them are super weird. But hey, the cool thing about this set, it was super cheap. I paid $7.81 for Deadpool, and that's in Aussie dollary dues. That's like $5.21 in United States dollars. It's pretty cheap. But of course, this figure legally can't be sold with the name Deadpool, otherwise Disney would come and shut them down. We have to call this character by their official name. Hero buildable figure Iron Big Assembly Figures Action Toys Building Block Bricks compatible with LEGO Collection Gifts for Kids. Oh my god, that's my favorite superhero. I've read all of his comics. Such a catchy name. So look, if you want to buy this toy for yourself, I'll include a link in the description below so that you can do so. Now, this isn't a paid advertisement or anything. I just saw this online, thought it was cool and picked one up, and now I'm reviewing it. Now, yes, this fake Deadpool set didn't cost much, but there's a reason for that. The plastic quality, it kind of sucks. It wasn't as easy to photograph, really. You've got to kind of hold it in your hands and you'll be able to tell the difference between LEGO plastic and this plastic. But what you get in this set, it feels cheaper, it feels lighter, and it's just not as good quality as official LEGO. You can kind of see it here. In some of these photos, the way that the light hits these pieces, you can see tiny scratches on the parts, and it just looks cheaper. But it's not awful. It's not like the plastic is going to snap or warp even if you just look at it. It does hold up. It just feels different. Looking at some of the Technic pins and axles and comparing them to the official LEGO versions, you can see there's a slight difference in color and quality. And the red axle there, it doesn't even have some of those notches on the edges. And if we zoom in real close, you can see sometimes that the plastic has little bits sticking off of it, or the edges aren't even. Yeah, it's just what you would expect from this kind of thing. Not as good as official LEGO. But that being said, the printing on Deadpool's legs, I think that's a really nice addition. And dude, the printed torso piece looks so accurate to the source material. The whole thing looks pretty accurate to the source material, honestly. The head sculpt, it's a bit rough around the edges, but it does look like Deadpool. And at the end of the day, that's kind of all I want, right? So, if you ignore the plastic quality, this is exactly what I imagine an official CCBS Deadpool figure would look like. It even has a gearbox on the back, and when you rotate that gear, he swings his swords around. I mean, it looks good, it has play features, the parts, they're good enough. It kinda has everything that I would want. Alright, but let's say you buy this, you're done playing with it, you've displayed it, you're good. Now you want to take it apart and use some of these pieces in your own creations. How could you do so? Well, let's discuss. These sick printed leg pieces rock. Honestly, all of the unique pieces in this set, they're pretty cool. Sadly, I think that pieces like the Deadpool head sculpt and the torso, they're a little bit too specific to this character. You'd struggle to use those outside of the context of Deadpool. Anything else you use them in is just going to look too much like him. I mean, maybe you could use this torso piece for some kind of Bionicle Dark Hunter or Bounty Hunter. The design and the pouches and things, it might lend itself well to that. Maybe. But you could very easily use these pieces. For example, Nerved Mox has a creation that's called Skakti Ulrich, and we can see these legs and arms using these pieces, but just in different colors. Because of course, this piece came out in many different sets in a few different colors, in things like the Star Wars Ultra Build sets, for example. But we never got them in red and with printing. And looking at the legs of this creation and the aesthetic of it in general, it does give off Bounty Hunter or Dark Hunter vibes. So if you were to build this same thing but in red, putting these gun straps or clasps or buckles on the legs, it would fit right at home. So if you do end up picking this up, I recommend using these pieces exactly how the set uses them. It does look good. Deadpool uses these black shin parts on his legs. If you have the official version of this piece, maybe you could use it like Patron has done here. You could integrate it into the waist design. Yet the slight curve of this piece, it mimics human anatomy surprisingly well. It's very nice. Additionally, I mentioned that spear gun piece before. Why not use this as a sweet looking finger design, much like Awesomeness Born has done here. This really gives off a nice, creepy, sinister, villainous look. It's very nice. Maybe it's best to use the official LEGO version of this piece, because it's going to be better quality and probably going to be a lot easier to source multiple of this piece. But that's one way you could use it. But look, I'm sure you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, Ben, maybe that's how I could use the pieces. But this is a bootleg set. I ain't buying that. I'm sticking to regular LEGO. And I get that. That's fair. So with that in mind, how could you build your own version of Deadpool exclusively using official LEGO pieces? A builder called Logan W, he did that and he did it very well. Building a nice brick-built head using white claw pieces to mimic his eyes. Smart move. The tires around the legs, using those for the same kind of straps that we saw on the bootleg set. Good thinking. And then a Hero Factory 1.0 torso piece on the chest. Honestly, there's a lot of really clever solutions here to help recreate his iconic look. It's perfect. Now, another person that took a stab at making Deadpool is Daniel Brickson. Now, this one uses a lot more prefab limb pieces, but I think that works well. It makes it look a little bit more like an official set. I like that aesthetic. This painted Tahu mask is clever. It actually mimics Deadpool's mask rather well. If you're open to painting your LEGO pieces, then maybe you could do something like this. Now, I wonder what other Bionicle masks would look good at recreating other superhero faces. Interesting. So there you go, gang. That's this bootleg set. That's the cool pieces that come inside it. And that's some proper LEGO mocks showcasing Deadpool. Do you reckon you'll pick up this bootleg set? I know it's not an official LEGO set, but it's still cool. And the process of building it, it brought back lots of nice memories of building a brand new Bionicle set. And that's always delightful. And I miss being able to do that. Go to the store, pick up a brand new Bionicle, go home and build it. You can't really do that anymore. And this provided that experience for me here in 2024. Heck yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.
Knockoff Bionicle sets here on Ben Cross's channel. What's the world coming to?